Hey everybody, back again, and today we are taking this 36-inch piece of coil spring that we just cut off of the coil, and we're going to go ahead and make a sword. Specifically, we're going to make a two-handed long sword, not a typical long sword. Nothing on this channel is ever typical, as you well know by now if you've been watching for any length of time. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and burn off all the coating and straighten this out, and then we can go ahead and start working a tang onto this and start flattening it out to make something like a blade. I might have to make a trip down to go get more fuel because I'm not sure if I have enough fuel for this. All the hammers that I made were forged on this same tank of fuel, and it's a 40-pound tank, so I'm just not quite sure how much gas I've got left in there. But I'm gonna run it dry, working on this, so this will be part one, however long it takes to run out of gas, I guess. Without further ado, let's go ahead and slap this in the fire and get started. Start to draw out a tang for this sword. We've got our tang roughed out, we can start to flatten out the rest of our piece of material here. So we're going to start heating it up here just behind where we started that tang and start to flatten it down all the way across. And as a consequence of the fact that this tapers all the way up to this point here by nature of being a spring, we're going to take advantage of that and we're going to use that to create the distal taper. Start tuning up our area where the tang transitions into the blade. Gonna get it nice and even. And get it to transition nice and smoothly from tang to blade. Just get the tang nice and smooth all the way up as well. That way when we go to make the cards and level, everything fits up nice and evenly, nice and easily, I should say. well, evenly and easily. Now I can tune up what will become the base of the blade here and start to create my bevels. Out of propane, but we got the bevels knocked in with the medial ridge on this, and we got the distal taper, we got the tang, everything is forged out. The only thing that's left to do forge-wise on this is put a fuller to about the halfway point on this blade, just to broaden up our sword a little bit down at the base, give that even more of a dramatic taper. It's going to have a really thick point for thrusting, kind of like a rapier point, but this is going to be based off of some heavily leaning towards thrusting long swords that you see throughout European history. A lot of guys would half sword, so just on the other side of that fuller, you would have essentially a rondelle dagger sticking out of the base of your hand that you could grapple with, fight with, and ultimately finish with. As far as length and all that goes, we started out with a 36-inch piece of steel, and we now have a 40-inch sword, blade, and tang. So it's exactly 40 inches. I drew it out exactly 4 inches from the 36-inch point, and the blade is sitting right at 31 1/4. But that does it for today's video. If you guys like what you're seeing, do me a favor and do that thing right there. Until next time, God bless. Stay sharp out there. If you're looking for a custom hand-forged sword, polearm, whatever, check out the Etsy store. Link will be at the end of the video. This is going to be so damn fast and agile. It's going to be ridiculous.